Two people were on a late-night hike in the woods of Nantuck's Lane in Buxted, East Sussex, when one of them took this photo. When they later looked through their pictures, they noticed a translucent silhouette on the left side of the image. They couldn't explain the shape and assumed it was probably just some kind of camera effect. However, they admitted the woods felt particularly creepy that night, and the person who took the photo said they had felt as though someone else was in the woods with them throughout the hike. Out of curiosity, they posted the photo online to see what others thought. TikToker Maya Azka joined a film crew in Indonesia and arrived early at Telaga Biru, a lake on the slopes of Gunung Gede, a mountain long linked to myths, spirits, and supernatural encounters. With filming not scheduled to begin until the next day and no actors present, she spent some time alone near the lake, taking photos of the scenery. When she tried to record a video, her phone suddenly malfunctioned. The screen went blank and the record button wouldn't respond at all, something she said had never happened to her before. Hours later, while reviewing the photos, she noticed something unsettling. In one image, a figure appears to be standing on the surface of the water. It looks like a woman with long, dark hair positioned in a way that doesn't seem physically possible. Maya insists that no one was there when the photos were taken. In Indonesian folklore, Telaga Biru is believed to be inhabited by a guardian spirit, often described as a woman in white. She is said to be both protective and territorial. Hikers frequently report feeling watched or experiencing strange sensations near the water. Locals often refer to this entity as the Queen of Telaga Biru. Maya shared the image online and invited viewers, especially those who claimed to be sensitive to spiritual phenomena, to take a closer look. Many commenters responded, saying the figure looked undeniably supernatural. After finishing a long hike, a hiker returned to their car and noticed a mountain lion sitting just behind it. The area was isolated, with no other people or vehicles nearby. Setting off the car alarm might have scared the animal away, but it also could have provoked a reaction from the lion. With no other options, the hiker had to stay at a safe distance and wait for the mountain lion to leave, which could have taken hours. In such an exposed area, it didn't feel very safe. How would you handle a situation like this? After 4 days of searching, deputies in Florida finally found a missing man deep in the woods. For a while, they weren't sure he would be found alive. The 72-year-old man had been reported missing on December 15th, which led to a silver alert and a large search effort. For days, there were no clues. On December 19th, a citizen reported an abandoned vehicle near North Old Dixie Highway. Deputies confirmed it belonged to the missing man and searched the nearby woods. About 50 yards from the car, they found him unconscious but still breathing. He was very weak and unable to move. Deputies believe he had fallen against a tree and became pinned in place, making it hard to breathe. Because the area was hard to reach, officers carefully carried him out of the woods and drove him to meet medical crews. He had survived several days without food or water. Why this man was in the woods was not shared. The owner of the photo explained that both his grandparents had passed away, and their old house is now abandoned and in poor condition. Recently, his uncle set up a trail camera at the property. The camera was configured to take 3 photos each time it detected movement. On one occasion, a human-like figure appeared in only one of the 3 images, while the other 2 showed nothing unusual. At the time, no one was known to be at the house. Later, the camera's location and settings were checked and confirmed to be functioning normally. So what was this pale being? A ghost? Last month, a group of friends were hiking through Iowa when they recorded something unusual.
Just stop?
No.
Bro, I don't know what...
Between the trees, a cluster of lights could be seen glowing in the distance. At first, it looked like it could be a secret rave hidden in the forest. But there were no visible people, no music, and no sounds coming from the area at all. So what could have been happening out there in the woods? To this day, the source of the lights has never been explained. Reddit user WorriedCoffee7574 was on a short cave exploration that wasn't meant to document anything unusual.
Fuck that!
What? Seen all the spiders?
In the video, their partner leaves the cave after being startled by spiders. The cameraman laughs and continues recording inside. Near the end of the clip, he suddenly jumps, as if startled by something. He later explained that he felt as though someone was moving toward him, even though he didn't see or hear anything at the time. After exiting the cave and reviewing the footage, he noticed a strange sound he hadn't heard before. There were no people or roads nearby, and they were deep in the woods. Was this the presence he felt? Many commenters suggested the sound could be a bear, questioning whether they had entered a bear's den. However, the Redditor dismissed this, noting that there are no bears in the UK. So, what was it? And why did they not hear it at the time? Late at night, two men were walking through a forested area in the Middle East while recording video. The surroundings were dark and quiet, with no visible activity at first. As they moved forward, a bright light appeared in the distance between the trees. The light seemed concentrated at the top of a moving shape. The object appeared elevated from the ground and moved steadily toward the camera. The men stopped walking as the object continued to approach. The recording ends before the object is clearly identified.
Hey, 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 sit, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah. Subhanallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah.
No verified explanation has been provided for the light or its movement. This video remains a mysterious one. While hiking through the mountains, this couple reached the peak and were rewarded with a beautiful view. But disturbingly, they did something incredibly dangerous.
More, come on.
One of them sat down on the very edge of a high cliff just to take a photo. The rock face drops straight down. There is no railing, no safety line, and nothing to grab if balance were lost. A fall from this point would certainly be fatal. Fortunately, this time, nothing went wrong. But this is exactly how tragic tourist accidents happen, in moments where the risk is underestimated for a single photo. A group had rented a cabin in the Appalachian woods when they experienced a strange incident.
Hey, so people of Appalachia.
A man suddenly appeared from a nearby hill and began walking toward their area.
Came out of nowhere.
He didn't speak or acknowledge them, even when they shone a light on him, and he seemed to be carrying a crowbar. He moved around the property, picking up objects, never once looking up. The group was left wondering, is something like this normal in the Appalachian area? A man working for a cabin company was alone at one of the company's sites late at night. The top floor of the building was completely dark. Every light was off. That's when he noticed something unusual. A brief flicker of light appeared in a side window. He used his phone to zoom in and get a better look, but he didn't expect to capture this. In the window, a humanoid-shaped shadow was visible, standing perfectly still and facing toward him. His stomach dropped. He was supposed to be the only one there. Nervous, he went upstairs to investigate, checking every room and every corner of the floor. Disturbingly, no one was found. There were no signs of forced entry and no indication that anyone else had been there at all. The uploader's mother noticed a strange light in the sky and called them outside to record it. The video shows a small, bright object fixed in one position, with a glowing center and faint layered rings around it. The light shifts slightly, but never moves across the sky. No explanation is provided in the video. So what do you think this person captured that night? And if there's a simple explanation, feel free to share it in the comments. A hiker named Johan was walking along a forest trail in the Netherlands with a friend. During their walk, something unexpected happened.
Een wolf, hij loopt achter mij. Daar is hij.
A wolf appeared behind them. The animal moved closer and walked alongside them for a short distance. Fortunately, after a brief moment, the wolf turned away and disappeared back into the forest. No one was injured, and the two friends were able to continue their walk without further trouble. A man was hiking deep in the woods when he came across this. Hidden among the trees was the entrance to a cave, sealed off by a heavy metal mesh gate. The structure looked old and unused, yet the reinforced gate suggested it once served a specific purpose. The cave was located far from any roads or nearby settlements. Some believe similar caves were used in the 20th century to confine people. Others suggest they may have been part of underground bunkers or research facilities. There's also speculation that the cave was built for containment. Despite the theories, no verified records exist to explain its origin or purpose. What the cave was used for remains unknown. A man visiting Wu Ying Yin National Park recorded an unusual object moving through the sky. In the footage, the object moves smoothly across the sky before suddenly accelerating and disappearing. Because of the clarity of the video and the availability of advanced digital editing tools, it's not possible to confirm whether the object was genuine or digitally created. A Facebook user was hiking near an old abandoned church ruin built in 1067, a place long known to be haunted. They took several photos of the site and then continued on their walk. When they later reviewed the images, they noticed something unusual. What appeared to be a figure in a white dress seemed to be standing there, even though no one else had been present at the time. The user stated that nothing had been added to the photo, it had only been slightly zoomed in and brightened to make the figure clearer. They are convinced that what they captured is a ghost. In November 2014, park workers at Great Basin National Park in Nevada found an old rifle leaning against a tree. The rifle was a Winchester Model 1873. Even though it was badly rusted, the model name and serial number could still be read. Records showed it was made in 1882. The wooden stock had turned grey after many years of being exposed to weather. No one knows who left the rifle there or why. There were no human remains, no campsite, and no clear signs of what happened. Winchester records also do not show who originally bought it. When experts examined the rifle, they found one spent cartridge inside the stock but none in the barrel. Nothing else nearby helped explain the story. The park decided not to restore the rifle. Instead, they preserved it in the same condition it was found and later put it on display at the park. The rifle remains a mystery. In 1967, a man named Harry Dack took a simple photograph in the backyard of his home in Carlin Howe. The picture showed his grandson Neil smiling for the camera while holding the family Jack Russell, Kelly. At the time, nothing seemed unusual about the moment the photograph was taken. However, when the film was developed, the result shocked everyone who saw it. Standing beside Neil and the dog was a faint, grey, translucent figure, appearing to be a woman, seemingly watching over the child. The image caused a stir and was soon featured in the local papers. Staff at the photo lab examined the negative again and confirmed it had not been tampered with. With no digital cameras or editing available at the time, they could offer no logical explanation for the figure's appearance. The identity of the so-called Grey Lady was never discovered. Now, if you're enjoying my videos, please consider subscribing to the channel. Your support helps me creating new stories every week, and it means the world to me. Thank you so much for watching. In 2021, a Reddit user visited Willow Creek, California, a place already famous for Bigfoot sightings. While hiking through the area, they captured something strange on camera. The photo showed a dark, human-shaped figure standing near the trees. Some people immediately claimed it was Bigfoot. Others dismissed it as nothing more than light and shadow. But the uploader wasn't so sure. They said the shape didn't match any tree, branch, or obstacle around it. So what exactly did they capture out there? One evening, while sitting around a campfire with her dog and a friend, she decided to record a short video to look back on later. But she captured more than she expected. As the camera pans across the area, a ghost-like figure can be seen moving up the hill toward the fire. At first glance, it appears most likely to be a case of lens flare. However, near the end of the video, something else stands out. The dog seems to be looking for something. So is it simply a trick of the light, or did the dog notice something passing through the darkness as well? A woman was walking home from the store when she noticed something unusual on a nearby tree. The sight was unsettling, a tree root twisted in a way that almost looked like a human finger. It's probably just a coincidence, but it definitely gave her pause. Wendy Wilson, an explorer and photographer, shared a photo that showed an ape-like figure hiding behind something metallic. The picture was blurry, but Bigfoot enthusiasts were thrilled, thinking it might be proof of the creature's existence. But others said a professional photographer should have taken a clearer image and suspected it might be reused from the internet. The location wasn't revealed either. So, did Wendy really capture Bigfoot, or just another fake photo? After a day of hiking in Phoenix, someone captured this unusual video.
Just hovering in the distance back there. What the fuck is that?
The object appears pitch black, which makes it look even stranger. It hovers in the air and moves very slowly, seemingly all on its own. It appears completely isolated, with nothing nearby that could explain it. The video doesn't provide enough detail to identify what it is, leaving viewers puzzled. Do you have any idea what it could be? This short video was shared online by a hiker who claims it may be the clearest Bigfoot footage so far. The clip shows a large, dark, hair-covered figure sitting on a fallen tree in a dense forest. The figure appears calm and does not react to the camera. Visible details include long arms, a broad chest, thick fur, and a face that looks partly human and partly primate. The video was reportedly filmed near the Little River in Alabama, an area known for being remote and heavily wooded. But whether the figure is genuine or fake remains a topic of debate. Someone was working in an old shed at night when they heard strange sounds and started recording. Suddenly, this happened. It looked both funny and a little unsettling at first. After posting the clip online, it was identified as shrews. Shrews often move this way when a mother leads her young, with each baby holding onto the tail of the one in front. This behavior helps them stay together, as shrews have very poor eyesight. But for some people, this might be their worst nightmare. A Facebook user and her boyfriend went outside around 2 a.m. to take night mode photos of the northern lights. While he was standing there, he heard movement and shuffling behind him and assumed it was a deer. He turned and took a photo in that direction. When they later looked at the image, they noticed something far more unsettling. Instead of an animal, the photo appeared to show a strange, distorted figure, something the user described as resembling a skinwalker. She was quick to point out that there was usually nothing on the trampoline that could have caused this. She sees it daily and had never noticed anything that could explain the shape captured in the image. Whatever it was, neither of them could explain it, and the photo left them deeply shaken. Photographer Martin Alvarez was exploring a lava tube cave in Chile to document unusual mineral and clay formations. While moving through the area, he noticed something moving in the distance. Alvarez quickly raised his camera and snapped several photos. Whatever it was appeared low to the ground, dog-like, and moving on all fours. The creature didn't seem to match any known animal native to the region. Unnerved by what he had seen, Alvarez chose not to continue further. He left the area and later reported the sighting in a nearby village. According to Alvarez, local residents reacted with concern rather than surprise. They referenced old stories and legends tied to caves in the Patagonia region, tales of strange creatures said to inhabit those underground spaces. What Alvarez encountered near the cave has never been officially explained. In Florida's Lettuce Lake Park, a strange figure was filmed moving through the swamp. As the camera followed it, the creature even appeared to grab something from the water. At first, people thought it was just a bear, but a park ranger later confirmed, whatever this was, it wasn't a bear. The figure turned toward the camera and then slipped deeper into the swamp, before vanishing underwater, something no bear would ever do. Many believe the footage shows the skunk ape, a creature often described as a smaller, swamp-dwelling version of Bigfoot. Witnesses say it stands around 7 feet tall, covered in dark hair, with glowing eyes. This person was enjoying a day outdoors when he noticed a small, unusual creature nearby. It turned out to be an African spiny mantis, a species native to Africa. This mantis is typically found in gardens and forested areas with plenty of flowering plants. It has striking pink and white markings, along with spiny body parts. These colors help it blend into flowers and leaves, while also serving as a warning to predators. Despite its small and delicate appearance, the African spiny mantis is an effective hunter. Its powerful front legs are used to grip prey, which it consumes using sharp mandibles. In its natural environment, the African spiny mantis plays an important role in controlling insect populations. A hunter was using a trail camera in a forest during the fall season when it accidentally captured something unusual. The footage shows two dark, upright figures moving through the trees. The outlines of the figures are visible, but no clear details can be seen. The camera remains fixed as they pass across the frame. Because of the poor clarity and lack of context, the footage does not confirm what the figures are. No additional information or follow-up footage is available. While hiking in Ethiopia, this person visited an almost unbelievable place. In 2005, the ground here suddenly split open, creating a massive crack stretching nearly 35 miles across the landscape, and it's still growing. The rift lies in the Afar region, where three major tectonic plates meet, the Nubian, Somalian, and Arabian plates. Beneath the surface, these plates are slowly pulling apart. The Arabian plate is separating the fastest, at roughly 1 inch per year, while the two African plates move more slowly. Over millions of years, this process could eventually create an entirely new ocean. Scientists classify the rift as an early-stage mid-ocean ridge, the same type of geological process that formed today's oceans. In August 2024, a girl was recording lightning from her bedroom window. The room light was on and everything looked normal. But in the video, 2 glowing lights appeared above the doorway, like a pair of eyes. A second later, they vanished. There was nothing on the wall inside, and when they checked outside, nothing was there either. Her mother replayed the footage many times but couldn't explain it. The lights looked like eyes, staring from nowhere. What could this be? Bigfoot, maybe? These photos were taken by Arkady Tishkov. Based on the images, the photographer estimated the figure to be around 1.4 meters tall, or approximately 4 feet 7 inches. Alongside the original photographs, a second set of images was later released, featuring interpretive illustrations created from the same material. The images quickly sparked debate. Some viewers suggested the shape was nothing more than a natural rock formation. Others connected the interpretations to older theories, including the so-called horned Yeti. Despite the speculation, the images remain unverified. No physical evidence has ever been confirmed to support the claim. What the photographs truly show remains open to interpretation. A group of friends were recording the night sky when they noticed a bright object moving overhead.
It's still going. And it's just all on fire. You feel me?
It traveled at a steady speed and appeared to be burning as it crossed the sky. After a short time, the color shifted from orange to blue.
That was the shooting star.
That you thought?
Yeah.
The shape briefly expanded, then slowly faded away. Online, many viewers identified the object as a rocket traveling through the upper atmosphere. Experts explained that this effect can occur when rocket exhaust spreads at high altitude and reflects sunlight, creating dramatic colors and shapes in the sky. What initially looked mysterious was likely a rare, but well-documented, atmospheric phenomenon. And that's not all. Let's continue with this next video.